Hello, students. So, today we are going to start with the topic Indian Contract Act. Yes, talking about contract law regulates everything, starting from buying a bus ticket to trading on derivatives market. Before knowing what exactly Indian Contract Act is about, we need to know its basic history and the facts of Indian Contract Act. Yes, this act was originally inspired from English Contract Act. So basically, you can say that Britishers have gifted this act to Indians. You will also see many cases in Indian Contract Act which have taken from English Contract Act. This act identifies the ingredients of legally enforceable valid contract in addition to dealing with certain type of contractual relationships like indemnity, guarantee, bailment, pledge, quasi contract, and contingent contract, etc. So, these are the various topics which we are going to cover in the series of Contract Act. I hope you all stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel so that you get the timely updates of my new videos. So that you get the timely updates of my new videos. So you're starting with the sections of Indian Contract Act. It is important for you students to know that when this act was enforced in the year 1872, this act had various sections up till 266. But in the year 1930, section 76 to 123 was excluded from the act and a separate act was made named as Sale of Goods Act. Similarly, the later sections of Indian Contract Act was also excluded in the year 1932 and a separate act was formed named as Indian Partnership Act. So as of now, Sale of Goods Act sections and Partnership Act sections are not included in Indian Contract Act. We have no sections after section 75 till 123, and the later sections, that is section 239 to 266, are no more a part of Indian Contract Act. Moving further with section 1. The section 1 of Indian Contract Act comprises of three important components. Yes, the prominent components that you need to remember for section 1 is nothing but the title. The title of the act that we are going to do in the series of videos are Indian Contract Act 1872. This act was commenced on 1st day of September 1872 and it is extended to whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. My dear students, also take a note that whether it is Sale of Goods Act or it is a Partnership Act, the section 1 is going to be title, commencement and extent. Okay, so heading further to section 2. The section 2 of this act has various definitions, the basic definitions comprising of section 2A defines proposal and offer, section 2B defines promise, section 2C defining promiser and promisee, section 2D defines consideration, section 2E agreement, section 2G enforceability, and section 2H contract. How do we reach till contract? What is contract? Do you think that this agreement and contract both are similar in nature? Yes or no? To know this, we first need to understand what is contract, and with that, we will also learn what is agreement. As we are studying about contract law, so the first thing that we need to know is about what is contract. So, contract is nothing but an agreement which is enforceable by law. In this definition of contract, we have seen two important things. One is agreement और दूसरा बोला गया है कि it should be enforceable by law. लेकिन what kind of agreement that we are talking over here? अब अगर आप मुझसे आके कहे कि मैम कैन यू टीच मी लॉ, मैंने कहा ठीक है, आई विल टीच यू लॉ, बट फॉर दैट आपको मुझे 5000 रुपीज़ पे करने पड़ेंगे एज माई फीस. आपने कहा ठीक है, मैं पे कर दूंगा. अब इस सीन में मैं आपको पढ़ा रही हूँ, आप मुझे उसके बदले पे कर रहे हैं, राइट? एक और एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. सपोज एक हस्बैंड ने अपनी वाइफ से कहा कि आज शाम को मैं तुम्हें डिनर पे लेके जाऊंगा, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली हस्बैंड भूल गया. Husband could not take the wife for dinner. Now in this case, यहाँ पे भी तो agreement था. हस्बैंड ने कहा चलेंगे, वाइफ ने कहा ओके, दोनों मान गए, पर दोनों जा नहीं पाए. तो क्या इस केस में वाइफ हस्बैंड पे केस कर सकती है? Answer is no. The wife cannot file a case on husband, and the reason behind it is क्योंकि इन दोनों के बीच में जो अग्रीमेंट था वो अग्रीमेंट एक सोशल अग्रीमेंट है. ओके, बट जो मैंने फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल आपको दिया था आपके और मेरे बीच का, वेर आई एम टीचिंग यू लॉ फॉर 5,000 रुपीज़, यहाँ पे अगर मैंने पैसे लिए हैं तो मुझे आपको पढ़ाना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज आई एम एनफोर्सेबल बाई लॉ. अगर मुझे कुछ चीज़ रिटर्न में मिली है, इफ देर इज़ अ कंसिडरेशन, देन आई हैव टू टीच यू लॉ. ओके, अगर मैं नहीं पढ़ाती हूँ तो क्या उसके लिए आप मुझे कोर्ट में सू कर सकते हो? द आंसर इज येस. ओके, सो अग्रीमेंट दो टाइप के हो सकते हैं. इट कैन बी सोशली ऑल्सो, इट कैन बी कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल बेसिस ऑल्सो, बट इफ इट इज एनफोर्सेबल बाय लॉ इट बिकम्स अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. Okay, so chalo, now let's see what exactly agreement is about. Agreement, according to section 2E, what did I say? Section 2E. Continuously keep on saying the section so that you remember it very well. This is one of the easiest way to remember the sections. Okay, so section 2E defines agreement as every promise and every set of promises फॉर्मिंग द कंसिडरेशन फॉर ईच अदर. ओके, अगर आप मुझसे कोई प्रॉमिस कर रहे हैं, एक्सचेंज में मैं आपसे कोई प्रॉमिस कर रही हूँ, तो ये जो हम प्रॉमिसेस एक दूसरे से कर रहे हैं, आपने मुझे कहा कि मैम क्या आप मेरे बर्थडे पर आओगे, मैंने कहा हाँ आई विल कम ऑन योर बर्थडे. सो हियर you are asking for a promise and I am also promising you. So there is an exchange of promise over here which is forming a consideration for each other. This is known to be as an agreement. अब आगे देखो, जिस इंसान को आप ये प्रॉमिस कर रहे हो या जिसे आप प्रपोजल दे रहे हो, when a person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto. मतलब कि आपने मुझसे पूछा कि मैम क्या आप मेरे बर्थडे पर आओगे, और मैंने कहा हाँ मैं आऊँगी आपके बर्थडे पे. तो ये जो मैं आपको जवाब दे रही हूँ या मैं अपने वर्ड से जो एक्सप्रेस कर रही हूँ दैट यस मैंने आपका ऑफर एक्सेप्ट किया है. सो व्हेन ऑफर इज एक्सेप्टेड देन इट इज सेड टू बी अ प्रॉमिस. So students, I'm sure with the previous examples and the slides, now you can give the answer to the question how an agreement becomes a contract. Yes, an agreement becomes a contract when offer, acceptance and consideration together makes an agreement, and when enforceability by law is added to it, it forms our contract. So enforceability by law is nothing but something which gives rise to a legal relationship between the parties. That is what enforceability law means, and it forms a contract. I would conclude the session with a statement that all contracts are agreements, but all agreement does not mean that it is a contract. If I and you plan to go for a movie, and if I did not turn up, that doesn't mean you can sue me in the court. That is an agreement which has a social relationship. But if I promise to teach you and you are paying me for that, and if I fail to do so, for that you can surely sue me in the court, as that is a business and business creates a legal relationship. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll be back sooner with another part of Indian Contract Act.